The past few days, we've been reading from the book of the prophet Amos, and it's kind of like negative prophecies for the northern kingdom of Israel. And it's for their sins. So there's, not persecutions, but chastisements that God's going to give them because of their neglect of the poor, their oppression of the poor, for the self-indulgent lifestyle they lived while neglecting the poor, and their lack of repentance to come back to God. And all of that, God is not trying to destroy northern Israel. He's trying to wake them up. The chastisement is to wake them up so that they return, they convert, they turn back to God and away from their sinful ways. But today, the very end of the book of Amos, you get this incredibly positive prophecy that comes from Amos. It's a surprise because Amos has been so negative through the whole book. But at the very end, he says that God will restore the hut of David. And the hut of David is the house of David. And we think of the house of David as the lineage of temporal kings, starting off with King David and Solomon, all the way to Jesus, who is the everlasting king. So Jesus is going to be made king. And then he said he will conquer all nations. Now, we're not talking about the little countries that are around Israel. We're talking about all nations in the whole world. Jesus will conquer those. And he's not going to do it with a force of armies, but he's going to do it with the power of his word. Jesus will do it with the power of his word, convert all people. And he said there's going to be a time of tremendous prosperity after that, and tremendous joy. And what greater joy can you have than a right relationship with God? And so what does that relationship look like? And we're given a big hint about it in today's gospel. Jesus refers to himself as the bridegroom. Okay? And so he said, well, who's the bride? And he said, well, we're the bride, the church. We are the bride of Christ, which is incredible. And so you think about that for a minute, and you say, well, what's more about the meaning of a bridegroom? Well, he's in love. He's in love with us individually, and he's in love with us as church. And so what else about a bridegroom? Well, he's committed. He's committed to us. He wants to, help us out. And a bridegroom is faithful to his bride. And he's so faithful to us that when we're not faithful, he gives us a path to come back to him through reconciliation. Okay? And as a bridegroom, he intercedes for us. Jesus intercedes for us with his Father. And he's expectant. He expects to spend time with us. He expects the relationship that we have with him to grow and deepen with time as we get to know Jesus better and better. And this relationship lasts forever. It starts here, it continues to grow and deepen, and it lasts into eternity. And so today, reflecting on the two different readings we had and trying to put them together, we should be thankful. Thank Amos, the prophet, for this really positive prophecy about Jesus conquering everything and the relationship that he wants with us. We should also ask for hearts that accept the chastisements that come our way, the tribulations that come our way, and that we can turn those into a right relationship with God to cause us to, and others to return to God. But most of all, I think today, we need to thank God for the bridegroom. The bridegroom who is insanely in love with us. A bridegroom that wants to spend an eternity with all of us.